Hi there, my name is Raquel. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all new and returning viewers. And we're going to start today with announcing prize winners for this October Cal, which I closed this morning. I closed both threads, the chatter thread and the finished object thread, and I drew winners with random org. I have one winner for the chatter thread, and I have two winners for the finished object thread. So let's just start by announcing the winners. So for the chatter thread, I picked out this skein of yarn by Donna Agulha, which is Angela, and she owns the Donna Agulha shop in Famalicão. As you can see, there's a lot of greens and whites and browns. This is a sock yarn. This is 75% wool, 25% nylon. It's nice, sturdy sock yarn, but it's quite soft as well. So the winner for this one was, we had 136 posts in the chatter thread, and I eliminated my first one, which was just where I had all the information in. So I did the random org from post 2 to 136, and the winner for that was post number 100, and that was Teresa C. So please contact me with your address information via Ravelry, so I can send you this skein of yarn. And then we'll move on to the finished object thread. I don't have the skein from Rosario, from Donna Maria. She will be sending this directly to the winner. She's not had any time this month to paint any yarn, so she will be doing that this week, and then she'll send the skein, like I said, directly to the winner. And the winner for that one was post number 9, and that was Claudia Rocha. And then the winner for the pattern, which was the Clark socks by Jacqueline Salem from Brooklyn Knitfolk, that was post number 16, and that was Leonore 62. So congratulations to all the winners. I hope you enjoy your prizes, and we'll see if I do this again next year. I enjoyed hosting these, but next year in March I'm going to be doing the Sock Madness again, so this year was kind of, I don't know, I might host it again, I might not. I'll definitely do October next year, we'll see about March. So let's move on to other things. And I'm sorry about the lighting, but it's kind of sunny and then cloudy at the same time outside, so as clouds are drifting by the sun, it gets darker and then it gets lighter and then darker. So that's what we have to work with today. So last week I showed you my last pairs of socks that I finished, and I showed you the penny wheel blanket that I was working on. I think I showed you row 5 that I was still needing to sew on or attach 2 more blocks, and I did that. Attached these 2 blocks, which I needed to attach last week. I still have like the ends to sew in of the at the end of the blocks, but then I worked on knitting all the blocks for row 6, and I managed to attach them all on the 1st of November. 1st of November was a public holiday here. It's All Saints Day, and usually people go to the cemetery and all that. So my parents came over, and they dropped their dogs off here with me, and they spent the morning here with me, and some of the afternoon, while my parents were running errands and going to the cemetery. And while they were here, I finished the last block for the row, and then I attached all the rows. I attached the row 6, and sorry, I think I showed you the wrong blocks before. These were the 2 blocks for row 5, not the ones I showed you before. So row 6 starts here. Sorry, so can't even see what I'm showing. Yeah, okay. So here are these 2. That 3rd one, and basically I just took one yarn and went as far as I could possibly go with it, and then I started with another little skein of yarn and just did that all the way to the end. So I still have some left over. I thought I might not have enough to do the whole row, so I picked out some yarn that I still had lying around that was also one ply yarn, but in the end I could have easily used all the skeins that I had. I still have, from the single ply yarns, I still have, let's see, 4 little bits left over. I still have these 4 left over for singles, so I'll probably make some other blocks with these, or otherwise I'll save them and I'll go into my crochet blanket, which I plan to start next year. Then yesterday, no, on the 1st of November, I finished the blanket around lunchtime or so, attaching the blocks, and then I decided I took the dogs, all 4 dogs, out for a nice long walk, and in the meantime my parents came and picked up their dogs. So then in the afternoon I focused on starting a new project, which is the hoodie shawl cardigan by Suzanne Summer, or So Who Knits. This is the 2nd version I'll be knitting. I've already knit 1 version last year, which, truth be told, I sat yesterday at Stanagulia and sewed in all the ends yesterday. So I've not actually worn this cardigan before. I have shown it on the podcast last year when I finished it, but here it is. This is the cardigan I made last year, and this is a nice light cardigan. The one I'm knitting now, this yarn, by the way, is Yarn Adventures 570, which is 100% wool, and it's discontinued, so she doesn't dye this yarn anymore. And I tried to use up as much of the yarn as I had available to me. That's why it's so colorful. The original pattern only calls for 3 yarn for 3 colors. I used obviously more than 3 colors. I used 5 colors, I believe. There's 2 shades of yellow down here, as you can see, and yeah, but I'm really happy with this one, and now that I've finally woven in the ends, I can start wearing it. Then I had some alpaca yarn by Artisana. Here's the label. 100% superfine alpaca in my stash, which is enough to make this cardigan. There's 4 colors. There's the black, there's 2 shades of blue. Sorry, I'm trying to find all the different colors. There's 2 shades of blue. Where are they? Here and here. Okay. So these are the colors that came in the kit. It was a pack. Each color came with 3 skeins. So I have 150 grams of each color. Like I said, it's more than enough to make this cardigan. I'll definitely have left over. Might not have anything left over from this emerald color. It's not coming up. It's green. It's not really blue. It's a, let's see if I can. Yeah, it's not really coming up. It's a nice emerald green color. So I started the cardigan on Wednesday, 1st of November, and one of the things that sort of annoyed me with the cardigan that I knit last year, and I'll just quickly put it on to show you. It's not cold enough really to wear it yet, but is that it bunches up here, and sorry, it's been folded up so it's all creased. So it bunches up here right by my arms. So I tried to modify it slightly, starting the raglan increases slightly further along to see if that's gonna take away this extra fabric. I don't know how that's gonna work out. If it doesn't work out, then that's, fine, I'll live with it. It's not a problem. I'm not gonna rip out everything I've done. I've already ripped out quite a bit. I had basically the whole triangle part of the back finished, and I ripped it back to about halfway through again because I forgot to do a couple increases. So let me show you what I've done so far. Now this is on short needles, so it's not going to be easy to show, and I have some other needles holding on to the arm stitches, so I hope I can show you. So this is so far. Like I said, it's not really easy to show. I have the triangle section I did the black and the turquoise. And like I said, I started the increases for the raglan, for the front raglan increases. I started them further along, so I have a lot more stitches on the needles than what's in the pattern. So again, because I modified it, I have also modified how many repeats I've had to do for the fronts here, and I'm going to do the same number of repeats on the left front. This is the right front, so this is the right front of the cardigan here, which is finished, and this is the emerald color, and I've used less than half of the skein, so I can easily finish the left front with the rest of the skein, the first skein of the emerald. So what I'm going to do is finish this yarn as much as possible. So I'll do the left side and then continue knitting back and forth until that skein is finished. And I'm going to put it all on another cable, and then I'm going to start doing the hoodie, and then I'll continue with the rest of the body, because I want to use up as much of the yarn as possible, and I didn't use up, let's see, I have this left over from doing the back, so I think the hoodie will use up maybe half, maybe slightly more than half a skein of the black and the turquoise. So I want to do the hoodie first, then I'm going to use up the rest of the emerald, and I'm going to end the cardigan with this blue. So what I'm going to do is, when I start the third, if I start the third skein of the emerald, depends on the length of the cardigan, I'm going to start striping it with this one towards the end, so that it's a smoother transition than just one direct, one very straight line, changing colors, as there is quite a difference in the colors, as you can see. Now it's coming up a bit more. This is more or less the actual color of this one. So once that's done, then I'll do the rest of the cardigan as written. I'll do the sleeves last, and I'll just use whatever yarn is left over to finish the sleeves. I'll probably use these little leftovers as well, just so I can use up as many scraps as possible. And yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. So it's going quite quickly now. I did this section here, this here today. I finished this yesterday. I actually did quite a lot of knitting at the knit group at Dana Gulya. Yesterday I was giving a workshop on brioche, the brioche stitch. I was supposed to have a couple more students or a couple more people joining the workshop, but unfortunately 2 of them got sick. So I will most likely be doing the workshop again on the 18th of November. That's the date I've already set with Angela from Dana Gulya. She will be confirming that after she's talked to the people that were sick yesterday, and a couple more people during the knit group yesterday showed interest. So if they can also come on the 18th, then that's what we're going to be doing. Either the morning or the afternoon, I'm not sure yet. That depends on availability of the people who are interested in doing the workshop. So during the workshop, I basically gave the basics of knitting brioche, 1 color, 2 color brioche, back and forth, so for like a scarf or something. Then we did some increases and decreases that you could use, and then for the second half of the workshop we did knitting brioche in the round, and I took some free patterns that you can find on Ravelry along as examples, show what I meant with certain, for instance, the increases and decreases. I actually used the Suzanne Summer pattern, which is free on Ravelry as well. It's a brioche scarf, which is quite nice. I used that as an example to do the increases and the decreases. And then for the knitting brioche in the round, I used the Pearl Soho free pattern. That's the cowl and the hat. So I suggest that they start with, seeing as they learned the decreases, that they start with the hat. We just did miniature hats so that they can learn the basics of knitting in the round. Most likely the 2 people that I did teach yesterday will also be coming on the 18th, and then I'll give them some charts so they can start learning how to cable in brioche, because there's a lot of patterns out there that use a lot of cabling in the brioche pattern, and they can try that if they want to. So it was a really successful workshop, I think. Both people were happy with the results. Neither one of them knew sort of how to brioche, but not really. The other one had no clue what it was or anything, but by the end of it she got the hang of it, and so I'm pleased that they learned something and that they're happy with the results. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving the workshop again on the 18th. If you're interested, either let me know or direct Angela directly from Dona Agulha. Then, what else did I have to say? There is going to be a knit group for the Tricotadeiras on the 20, let me see what the date is. It's the 4th Saturday of the month. And no, we're only in the 2nd Saturday, and I'm going to be talking about I wasn't able to go last week. Last week. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. Sorry. So on the 25th of November, there's going to be the knit group again for the Tricotadeiras de Porto. Like I said, there was one last week, but I wasn't able to go. I had planned on going, but at the very end I wasn't able to go. So there was something else I wanted to mention now. I've completely forgotten. Oh, I remember. Talking about the pinwheel blankets. Yesterday we were at the knit group, and 2 of the ladies showed interest in doing a swap of minis. So one of the ladies contacted me, asked if I would be willing to host the swap, which I'm fine with. I'll do that. I'm going to post information on in my blanket along thread on Ravelry, and just say, I don't know, let's say 10 minis, 10 grams each maybe, and or the idea, what we were looking for, and hopefully people will want to join us, is to exchange minis between north and south of Portugal, or elsewhere in the world if you're interested. The reasoning behind this is, if we do a mini swap between the people here from the north, basically we're swapping out the same yarn because we go shopping in the same places and all that. So we were interested in doing a swap between the southern half of Portugal and the northern half of Portugal. And so let's say it's 10 minis, 10 grams, if you're able. Obviously, if you want to, I'll put all the information in the thread, the blanket along, like I said, and I think I'll organize some minis as well. I think I can swap with some people. So if you're interested, let me know. Either here on YouTube as well. You can leave a comment here, or you can leave a comment on the Ravelry group. And I'll probably put like a call out on Instagram as well, so that more people can see if they're interested. So that is it for today. Another short episode. I'm sorry, but I have no other content for you. Maybe in December, when I'm on vacation, I have more time to make stuff, and I can show you more stuff. But working 40+ hours a week, that doesn't leave me a lot of crafting time. So yeah. And then there's also, I have to spend time with my pets. Otherwise, I really shouldn't have pets if I don't have time for them. So, but yeah, that's it for today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and congratulations again to all the winners. Please, like I said, contact me with your information, with your contact details. If you've won a skein of yarn, please let me know your address. For the person who won the pattern, just let me know that I've seen this, so I can contact Jacqueline and get her to send you the pattern. And again, thank you to everyone who participated in the CAL, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.